Fine, students, please check your audio and video settings. Am I audible now? Am I visible? Are we good to go? That's great. Yesterday, I was talking about container and we noticed container is an aquarium. Is like an aquarium who manages the components called fishes. Who manages the components called what? Fishes. Got it, guys? Okay. Once we drop the fish into aquarium, the entire life cycle of the fish will be taken care by aquarium. Once we drop any component, nothing but reusable class, to any container, the life cycle of the component will be taken care by container. Life cycle means loading class, creating object, managing object, calling life cycle methods on that object automatically, if needed, destroying the object. All these operations will be taken place automatically or not, guys. So this is called life cycle management. Servlet container manages servlet component life cycle. Okay, Spring container manages Spring Bean life cycle. EasyB container manages EasyB component life cycle, right? Okay, guys. Today, let me launch, and we understood one important point. In standalone application, why there is no container? Only in web application and distributed application, why do we come across working with containers and servers also? Because most of the containers are part of what? Servers are given by some frameworks. Simple analysis, guys. Standalone application, nothing but your core Java class with main method, or calculator application, desktop game, is specific to one computer and allows how many users to operate it. Okay, one user, he can start manually, he can end manually. But when I develop website and keep in the internet, we expect only one user should take the service or lots of users should take. These users will take the service, okay, simultaneously or one after another. These users will generate requests to one web component or lots of web components. They expect responses one after another or parallelly. So that time, manual execution of web application and web component is going to be possible. So we need an automated environment. In that process, we take the support of servers and containers or not, guys. Servers are responsible listening to requests, taking the request, linking the request to appropriate components of appropriate applications, right, boss? Containers are responsible to execute the component and generating the result. Again, server comes back to picture, takes this result, sends those results to clients as results or responses. This is what we discussed or not, guys? Super. Today, let me officially launch Spring Core module. Okay, Saturday, new topic. Don't, sir. Monday, you start new topic. Such sentiment I don't have. In the flow, whatever you have to accept it, right? Fine. So please come out of Saturday sadness, Monday madness towards attending classes. Every day is important. Every session is important, especially until I complete first 3 application. You don't have any right to relax. Come to one conclusion on Spring. Spring is easier, boring, interesting, important, complex, only after completing first 3 application. Till that time, you just be idle to receive whatever I deliver. Don't come to any conclusions until I complete or you complete first 3 applications, including practicals. Then you can start judging the Spring. Whether Spring is your cup of tea or your complex or easy. Listen, boss. Spring need not to prove to market that I am good. Spring Boot need not to move to market that it is good. They are already proven. That's where industry is using it, right? Natras or Naresh Technology also need not to prove that we are good in our businesses, right? Okay. So instead of judging, okay, institute, faculty, and technology, you sit and judge yourself how far you are good in what's this particular subject. Yes or no, na? Because I know by sitting in hostels you will become judgmental. Hey, that ra, this ra, that is great ra, this is bad ra. My friend did that ra, no job ra. My friend, this is 2 months course ra, got job ra. You have chosen right technology, right domain of software to get to in the industry, in which 365J openings will be there, right? Right institute you have chosen, right faculties you have chosen. Only the thing is, are you doing right hard work or not? First introspect that. Are you studying things in a right perspective or not? That is most important judgment. Remind whoever you are judging, they need not to prove in to someone because they are already proven. That's why you have chosen them, right? So first you have to judge yourself. Fine. So let's get into subject. Okay, today we'll start what module, guys? Spring core module. Okay, spring core. Yeah, tell me, guys. It is base module for all the other modules of Spring Framework. All the other modules of Spring Framework. Okay, guys, how many modules are there? 25 plus modules are. Everything begins here, guys. Every module is developed indirectly or directly on the top of this module. Clear, guys? Super. Okay, guys. Now tell me, if this module is used alone, at max we can develop standalone applications. If this module is used in combination with other modules like MVC, REST, we can develop distributed applications and web application. Initially we use alone so that we can develop what? Standalone application. Later we will use in combination with what? MVC, REST, cloud, so that we can develop varieties of advanced applications, boss. See, guys, this module is like core Java of Java. In core Java, are we focusing on application development or syntaxes? We are habituating to Java programming, syntaxes and semantics, right? In Spring Core module, we try to habituate ourselves with what? Spring style of terminologies, Spring style of programming. Here, don't expect great applications development. Try to habituate concepts related to what? Spring programming. Clear, boss? If this module, if this module is given, used alone, we can develop only standalone application. If this module is used along with other modules like MVC, REST, and etc., we can develop what is there? Web applications. What, guys? Distributed application. I think I need not to explain web application and distributed application. C2B application, right? B2B application. B2B application. One thing, web application, browser talking to flipkart.com. Web application. Distributed application. Flipkart.com talking to UPI. Another one, UPA payment application talking to bank. All are distributed. Overall, web application and distribute application together is called enterprise application. We discussed all these things, right? Okay. Distributed application will have only one type of client or different types of client. Web application will have only one type of client or different kind of. Well, who is that? Browser. Clear? Both are client server applications, guys. Okay, guys, you got idea, boss? Come on. This module gives two containers. What containers, guys? Which are called Spring containers or what containers? IOC containers, which are called Spring containers or IOC. IOC means inversion of control. Why they are called IOC container, I'll explain after 1-2 session or immediately in one session. But definitely I'll explain. For the timing, you remember, IOC means what, guys? Inversion of control. Inversion means what? Reverse. What, guys? Okay. I'll give a little hint today. I need a bank loan. As an ordinary person, I need a bank loan. I should go to bank. I should approach manager. I should apply. Then he got the right to accept or reject my loan proposal. This is the regular process. Let us assume I'm a software engineer. Per month, 3 lakh rupee white amount is deposited into my account. Yes, na boss? And I'm paying my credit card bill on time. Always I'm maintaining good amount of balance in the account. Yes? Okay, bank people will observe all these things na boss. One day they will send one message to me. You have pre-approved loan of 1 CR. Do you want to avail? No documentation is required. Tell me, second one is a reverse of regular process or not? Yes or no? Na? Second one is reverse of regular process or not? Can I say it's inversion? Similarly, look at the normal core Java program. Who loads and creates the object? Program. A new operator indirectly loads the class, also creates the object. Who manages the object? Hey, say something. Programmer. Who assigns one object with another object? Yes, na? Who keeps object ready for garbage collection? By nullifying all references with null, right? We keep object ready for garbage collection or not? Yes, we don't do garbage collection. We have a garbage collector, but keeping them ready for garbage collection is our responsibility, right, boss? Okay. So this is the regular process. Come to Spring, boss, or Spring containers. Who loads the classes? Spring container. Who creates the object? Who manages the object? Who assigns one object with another object? Who destroys the object when need is not there? Don't you think it's a reverse of regular process? That's why Spring containers are called what? IOC container. I don't think it's great. Servlet containers also doing the same thing. Some extent EJB containers also doing the same thing. Only the thing is they have not observed and highlighted that process. They just call servlet container. In servlet component programming also, who loads the servlet class? Container. Who creates the object? Who assigns servlet config object to servlet class object? Container only, right? Who manages both objects? Array, say something, container. Who destroys the object? So there also IOC, boss. Only the thing is they have not highlighted. We have not observed, they have not highlighted. In any container, IOC is common, boss. Come on. Container means IOC only. But Spring people somewhat noticed and highlighting. That's nothing else. You look at JSP container, IOC will be there. You look at what? EJB container, IOC will be there. Without IOC, there is no container. Otherwise, it's a waste of working with what? Container. After going to container only, programmer only doing everything, then people will laugh at why are you going for container based software? Happily develop core Java applications, na? Where you have to do everything on your own, right? I hope you convinced, boss, why Spring containers are called IOC containers, guys. Okay, I will write the reason later. Okay. How many containers they are giving, guys? 2 container. Number 1, Bean Factory container. What is that? Bean Factory IOC container. Number B, application context IOC container. What, boss? Yeah. What is there, guys? Bean Factory. Okay. Next. Context IOC container. Okay. IOC container. Application context. Okay. But interesting fact here is, boss, application context IOC container is Bean Factory IOC container plus plus. It's extension of what? Bean Factory. So it's a basic container, guys. What is this? Basic container. And this is advanced container. What is there? Advanced. Which is industry standard? Which is industry standard, no doubt. Application, we don't even see one example on Bean Factory. Every time we work with what? Application context. Are you getting? But we are going to see differences between what? Bean Factory and application context. So it's something like this, my dear. If you feel Bean Factory container is small circle, application context container is what? Big circle. Are you getting my point there, guys? This is what? Bean Factory. Okay, this is going to be what is there, guys? Application. Okay, guys. Now, why the Spring containers are called? What containers, guys? IOC containers. Why the Spring containers are called IOC container? We must enjoy this one or not, guys? We must understand this, guys. What do you say, my dear? Come on. Super. Okay. In core Java applications, okay, loading class, creating object, loading classes, creating objects, managing objects, assigning, okay, assigning one object with another object. Come on. Okay. Keeping them ready for garbage collection. Garbage collection will be done by programmer directly or indirect. We don't load class, but when you use new operator indirectly, we are asking JVM to load the class. We don't garbage collect the object, but by assigning null for reference variable, we are asking JVM to perform garbage collection using garbage collector or not, guys? Yes or no, na? So directly or indirectly. That means all the operations are done by program. All the operations are done by programmers. Okay, guys. In Spring applications, in fact, in any container based applications, right, boss? In fact, in any container based application, tell me, boss. Okay, application. The operations like, what is there? Loading classes, creating objects, managing objects, assigning what, guys? Assigning one object with another object. Okay. And okay, what is that? Destroying object. Come on, guys. And destroying objects. Okay, operations done by will be done by Spring containers. What, guys? Spring container, which is reverse of the regular. What is this? Which is reverse of the regular process that happens in core Java programming. Okay. For this reason, what is this? For this reason, the Spring containers are called, what, guys? Are called inversion of, what is that? Inversion. Inversion means reverse. Inversion of control. What is that? Inversion of control. Nothing but IOs, containers. I think no confusion on it. Convinced, boss? Okay, I'm happy if you are convinced. You know, in yesterday class, you give full form of OG, inversion of control. Inversion of control, yeah, it's not container. If I write container, also correct it as what? Control. Inversion of control. I think yesterday I have given inversion of container. Huh? Oh, then I have to correct it. I don't think I have given like this. Give me 1 minute. Okay, this is the document of yesterday's one. Yes. Okay, where is this container we discussed? Somewhere IOC abbreviation I have written. Where, guys? Can you help me? IOC containers. That's right. I said IOC containers. That's fine. Where I have written? Oh, it's my mistake, guys. Inversion of control. Because already IOC container we are saying, right? Already we are saying what? IOC container. There is no need of saying one more time container, na? Okay, good observation, guys. Okay. Maybe I might have pronounced it as controller. But I typed as what? This. Okay, Spring Core module, guys. Everyone please come back. Save open. Go to the top. Fine. Okay, guys. Now listen. Everyone please come back. These IOC containers are given for which purpose? The Spring containers, nothing but IOC container. Slowly I'll stop using Spring container. I use only one word called what? IOC container. The IOC containers of Spring are given for two operations. Number one, for Spring Bean life cycle management. Number two, okay, dependency management. What, guys? Spring Bean life cycle management mean a special class is called Spring Bean. Okay, it loading that class, creating that object, managing that object, keeping that object ready for operation, destroying object, everything is taken care by whom, guys? Spring container, IOC container. What do you mean by dependency management? Arranging dependent Spring Bean class object for target Spring Bean class object is called dependency management. For example, Flipkart class is there. Flipkart is an e-commerce company. I'm designing as a class. There is a courier company called DTDC, desk to desk courier. DTDC, Blue Dart, all these are what? Courier companies, right, boss? Okay, Flipkart, DTDC. Flipkart needs DTDC services or not? Yes or no? Na? Okay, can I say Flipkart is the target class? DTDC is the dependent class. The class that uses other class services is called target class. The class that acts as a helper class to other class is called dependent class. What class, guys? Faculty gives services to student. Can I say faculty target? Student dependent? Vehicle uses engine for movement. Can I say vehicle target class? Engine dependent class? Mobile is charged using charger. Okay, can I say mobile phone target? Charger is dependent. Cricketer uses cricket bat for batting. Can I say cricketer is target? Bat is dependent. If I give target and dependent classes to IOC container as Spring Beans, how to make them as Spring Bean, I'll explain, don't worry. As Spring Bean, loading both classes, creating objects for both classes, managing objects of both classes, assigning DTDC class object and what? DTDC class object to Flipkart object. That means dependent class object to what? Target class object. And destroying those objects will be taken care by Spring containers, nothing but IOC container. Spring Bean lifecycle management means taking care of every aspect of Spring Bean, birth to death. Dependency management means what? Arranging dependent Spring Bean class object for what? Target Spring Bean class object. I hope you understood, guys. Entire core module we are going to study these two things. One is what? Spring Bean lifecycle management. Next one is what? Dependency management. See the live boss. I developed Flipkart DTDC example in core Java. Who has to load both classes? Program. Who has to assign both objects? Sorry, who has to create both objects? Who has to manage both objects? Who has to assign DTDC object to Flipkart object? Who has to destroy both objects? Not the programmer, garbage collector. But you have to keep them ready for garbage collection, right? Same two classes I have given to Spring. Who loads both classes? Who creates both objects? Who manages both objects? Who assigns DTDC object to Flipkart object? Who destroys objects? Here now garbage collector. Here IOC container uses its own garbage collector for destruction. Let me clear. Only in core Java application, garbage collector of JVM destroys the object. In container based application, every container comes with its own garbage collector. Servlet container is having its own garbage collector. EJB container is having its own garbage collector. In fact, IOC containers also having what? Their own garbage collector. Clear, boss? Come on. Super. So whatever time we spend on core module is all about learning two things. Spring Bean life cycle management, number one. Number two, okay, Spring Bean dependency management. Clear, guys? I will launch what is Spring Bean, ra. Wait, ra. But it's a special class. For the timing, it is what? Special class. The springs, what guys? IOC containers are given for Spring Bean life cycle management and for Spring Bean, what is there? Dependency management. Spring Bean life cycle management, Spring Bean dependency management. Okay, first we'll try to understand Spring Bean. The Java class whose object is created and managed by Spring's IOC container is called Spring Bean. Are you getting my point? That this can be any predefined class, user-defined class, third-party supplied class. But loading of class object creation should be done by Spring container, right? It can be invasive class, non-invasive class. But loading of class object creation should be done by whom? Spring container. Come on, my dear. So it can be any class, but object creation should be done by container. Which container? IOC. We cannot take interface and abstract class as a Spring Bean. Why, sir? Can we create object for interface? Can we create object for abstract class? So can we think about taking interface or abstract class as Spring Bean, guys? In any angle, not. Understood my statement? Sir, there are so many classes in the world. So many classes in every JDK libraries. So many classes in Spring API. So many classes in third-party APIs. So many classes in Java J2EE APIs. How does it know I have to take this class only as a Spring Bean? I will be developing so many user-defined classes. I don't want to make every class as Spring Bean. I want to make only few classes as Spring Bean. Out of so many classes, how does it knows I have to take these classes only Spring Bean. I have to load only these classes. I have to create and manage only these objects as a container, Spring container, right? See, there are so many students. How do I know I have to conduct Spring for these students only? Because you are coming and occupying this room, right? Otherwise, how I will know whether you are interested for Spring or not, right? So something you are doing specifically to notify me. Yes, I am looking for your Spring content. I am looking for your Spring Boot content. Something you are doing or not, guys. Joining institute not sufficient. Along with that, you are coming to particular floor or particular classroom. Then I will realize, oh, these people are looking for what? Spring and Spring Boot. All taken admission to Naresh IT. But am I teaching Spring to everyone? No. I am teaching Spring to those people who coming and assembling in this particular room or who joining by using this particular meeting ID. Right, guys? I'm preparing background. First, listen carefully. Similarly, though there are so many predefined, user-defined third-party classes which are available in your project class path by adding jar file or something, okay, you have to configure certain classes as Spring Bean by using either XML configurations or by using what? Annotation. XML is almost outdated, guys. In the place, what is used was annotate. Sir, why XML is outdated? XML is a separate file. It is not .java file. It's a separate language to learn. About my class, I'm not saying inside the class. I'm saying inside the XML file. Hey class, you are not normal class. You are a Spring Bean. Is it not sounding worst? Because about my class, I should say inside the class, na? Where I'm saying in separate file. So because of that, readability of Java code is reducing or not? Come on, boss. I am faculty, you are student. I am faculty is not there. Okay, is not there in my pocket. Somewhere in the register they have written. So until you open and see the register, no one knows I'm a faculty, right, guys? Instead of that, if they give me one badge or if they give me one special tag, right? So it's easy for everyone to identify me as a what? Faculty or not, guys? Annotations will be written where? Inside the Java code. So identifying them for special entities is easy through annotation or not? Using XML, it's a separate file to open and write or not? It's a separate language to learn or not? Problem is, if you do mistakes in XML, you don't get XML errors, you will get Java errors. By reading Java errors, solving XML mistake is quite horrible or not? That's why people have kicked out XML from the programming. Almost 90% kicked out, 10% here and there we have to use. There are special situations. In coming days, I will talk about those special situations. Not only in Spring, guys, everywhere it's a trend of working with what? Annotation. For what purpose? Configuration. What do you mean by configuration? Passing information about code to underlying container is called configuration. Hey container, don't take this class as normal class. Please take it as what? Spring Bean. This information I can pass to container either using XML or using what? Annotation. In XML, the tag is bean tag we have to use. In annotation, the annotation we have to make Java class as Spring Bean is what? At the rate component. What is that, guys? At the rate component. Are you getting my point there, guys? Remember, at the rate component is very, very important, right? Okay, fine. Nothing now, no confusion about the Spring Bean. It can be any class. No standards, no rules. Only the thing is concrete class. Concrete class means what? Made with cement and sand. No, concrete class means the class for which object can be created. Any normal class for which object can be created is called as a concrete class or not? Concrete abstract. Abstract means incomplete. Concrete means solid. Complete class. Come on, guys. Complete class means object creation is possible. Abstract class means incomplete class. Object creation is not possible. Can we take abstract class as Spring Bean? Can we configure abstract class as Spring Bean? Okay, if it is done possible, maybe Spring 7.x or 5.6.x. Spring latest version is 6.x, guys, right? Okay. Spring latest version 6.x. What is that XR? It will change time to time. Every 1 week they change version, guys. Minor version will then change time to time. Okay, Spring Boot latest version 3.x. Yes, we are going to learn both latest versions, don't worry. Up to date. Yesterday version released, that only we are going to use. Fine, okay. So shall we write few comments on Spring Bean, guys? The Java class, whose object, array, while working with the servlet also, to tell to container, don't take this class as normal class. Please treat it as servlet. That means you only load, you only create object, you only manage, you only destroy. That information either we can give from web.xml file or by using special annotation called at the rate web servlet. If you don't know servlet, ignore it. You can directly learn also. If you know, try to map it. If you don't know, try to ignore it. No problem. Servlet is not prerequisite. But I talk once in a while because there container, here container. There we are configuring with XMLR annotation. Here also we are configuring with what? XMLR annotation. What do you mean by configuration? Providing additional details about the code, Java code code to underlying container. Underlying means in which our code is running is called configuration. This configuration can be done either through XML or through annotation. XML almost outdated, annotation is the best. Why annotations are best? I said, where Java code is there, there only configuration is there. Not only for container, for programmer also readability will be good. See, on the top of class, I written at the red component. So now I can identify that class easily as a Spring Bean. I have an ordinary class, no annotation. In XML file, I used some tag. I said it's a Spring Bean. Until I open XML, can I say it's a Spring Bean, guys? Readability gone na, boss. Readability gone or not? See, you are team leader. That is there in the registry, not there on your badge. So it's take time to identify you as a team leader or not there. Are you getting my point? Super. Okay, guys. The Java class whose object is created and managed by Spring's IOC container. Spring's IOC container is called Spring Bean. Are you understanding my statement? Spring Bean can be a user defined, what guys? Java class or redefined Java class or third party supplied Java class having invasive or non-invasive. Invasive means tightly coupled with the Spring API, right? Non-invasive means what? Loosely coupled with the Spring API. I think yesterday we shouted on this point like anything, right? Okay, non-invasive. I have given one stupid example also on that, right? Okay, guys, non-invasive is the best. Okay, non-invasive behavior. With respect to Spring APIs or libraries. With respect to Spring API or libraries. Yes, in Spring Boot also we can use XML, but it is recommended to avoid everywhere. Spring Boot is totally against, Spring and somewhat encourages. Spring Boot is totally against, but if you want, you can still use. But we avoid maximum, right, guys? So in Spring only we are avoiding, means in Spring Boot, why we entertain? Yes or no? Na? Okay. Fine. Invasive or what? Non-invasive behavior. Okay. Invasive means what, guys? Tight coupling with the Spring API, right? Non-invasive means what? Loose coupling with the Spring API. Okay. Tightly coupled with the Spring API. Next, what is there? Loosely coupled with the Spring API. Okay, guys. Yeah. We need to have configurations passing information to underlying Spring container to make any Java class as Spring Bean. To make any Java class as Spring Bean. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on. Yeah. We need to use Either XML configurations. What guys? Almost outdated, or annotation configurations. What guys? Configuration. Okay. To make the underlaying, what guys? Underlaying IOC container taking the given Java class as the what guys? Spring Bean. Taking the given Java class as the Spring Bean. Okay, annotation configurations are best na boss? The annotation configurations are best or not guys? Super guys. What is configuration? Passing information about about Java code to the underlying server. Come on. Underlying server or container for special, what guys? Recognizations. What guys? For special recognition of Java code is called, what is there? Configuration. It can be done either using, what guys? XML or using annotation. We are not seeing the terminologies just like that. Recognizations. What's the spell, guys? Is right only, na? Okay. Either using annotations or what? XML, guys. Okay. Now listen carefully. To configure Java class as Spring Bean, you in XML driven configuration, we need to use bean tag of Spring Bean configuration file. The XML file using which we give instructions to IOC container is technically called as what? Spring Bean configuration file. Any file name .xml can be given as what? Spring Bean configuration file, but it's recommended to take application context.xml. See, the way we see web.xml as a servlet configuration file or web application configuration file, any file name .xml can be taken as what? Spring Bean configuration file, but it is recommended to take what? Application context.xml. At least by seeing the file name, we can feel, oh, it is Spring related configuration. No rule, guys. It's a suggestion only. Sir, where should I pass this XML file? We create IOC containers manually by creating objects for certain predefined classes, right? In that process, we have to supply this XML file as the input value. How to create container is a different discussion. At that time, we have to pass what? This Spring Bean configuration file as the input value, right, guys? Yeah, tell me, guys. Setter method always set value in XML. Prakash, setter method XML, how they are linked, Babu? Please stop showing your half knowledge of XML, half knowledge of setter methods. Yes, na boss? See, in XML, how you can set the data using Java code? Fine, please. Don't just throw the stones. Your immaturity will come out. I'll present everything, please. Okay. Yeah, tell me here what is there, guys. Yeah, what was the one I'm talking, guys? The XML file using which we can pass inputs or instructions. What, guys? to IOC container. IOC container is called what, guys? Spring Bean configuration file. Any file name .xml, what dot, can be taken as the Spring Bean configuration file, but it is, what is there? Recommended to take application context.xml as the Spring Bean configuration file. Right, boss? Okay. Next, come to this. We take the support of what, guys? We take the support of bean tag in a Spring Bean configuration file. What file? XML file. To configure, what is that? Any Java class as the Spring Bean. Spring Bean as shown below. What, guys? As shown below. Okay. Wantedly I am taking wish message generator. Are some name ra. Wish message generator is one Java class which generates the wish message. Morning hours, good morning. Afternoon hours, good afternoon. Some kind of thing, right? Okay. So I'm developing that one like this, guys. Public class, what is there? Wish message generator. Public class wish message generator. Here one business method I am taking. Generate message. Okay. We don't wish without any person, na boss. We don't wish without any person, na boss. Come on. So that's why I'm taking one user, guys. Good morning, Raja. Good afternoon, Raja. I write some logic to get the current hour of the day. Based on the current hour of the day, I would like to generate the wish message. This is my business method. This is right now ordinary Java class. I want to make it as a Spring Bean using what? XML configuration, right? Okay, let us assume this is my application context.xml. What .xml, guys? XML. Okay, array, every XML will have a root tag. The first tag that appears in any XML file is called root tag. Array, everything should be written in between open root tag and closing root tag. If you write anything after closing root tag, that becomes invalid. XML is tag based. Sir, HTML is also tag based, na? Yes, na, boss. XML is for defining and describing the data. Here we construct the data, boss. Using tags, we construct the data. Using HTML, we display the data by applying styles. So HTML tags are given for displaying data. XML tags are given for what? Defining and describing data. Here we are constructing data. Very simple. XML constructs the data. HTML displays the data. Both are tag based. One is for creating data. One is for what? Displaying data. That's why see tags are there in HTML. Bold tag, italic tag, underline tag. Come on. H1 tag, H2 tag. All these are for decorations only. Na? On the top of what? CSS are there to add more decorations, guys. Come on. Only HTML is heroine without makeup. HTML plus CSS is what? Heroine with makeup. Yes, na boss? Right. What about XML? XML is backend thing, boss. It is not for displaying data. It is for constructing global format data. What do you mean by global format? XML data is a text data, but tag-based data is nowhere related to any software, any hardware, any architecture of the computer. XML data which I created in Java can be used in .NET, PHP, X, Y, Z. In this world, only two global formats are there to construct the data. One is XML, other one is JSON. JSON, 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 JavaScript object notation data. Everyone getting my point? Okay. Just a minute, my dear. XML tags are given for describing data. Describing data. HTML tags are given for displaying data. For displaying data. Next. HTML tags are given for what? Displaying data. Okay. XML, JSON. XML data, JSON. XML, JSON are given. Okay. Are given to define. Okay. To define data have as global format data. What, guys? Global format data. That means that data is not specific to one software, one operating system, one computer architecture, one technology, one framework. Can be used anywhere, right? If Java.NET application is talking to each other, mean the data exchange will happen what? Either JSON or XML, right? Are given to define data as global format data. Okay, guys. Here, what is this? XML. Extensible. What is that? Extensible. Markup. Markup means tag based. Markup language. JSON. JavaScript. Object notation. JavaScript object notation. Fine. Right now, that is not our discussion, boss. Since XML is introduced, I am giving this. We study more exclusively about JSON, boss, in coming days. Don't worry. Okay, but compared to XML, JSON is good. Towards writing data, right? Towards configuration, annotations are good. So XML is used two angle. One for creating data, for configuration. In configuration, who is dominating XML? Annotation. Come on. In data defining area, who is dominating XML? JSON. Don't confuse, guys. Sir, one time you are saying annotations good, one time you are saying JSON good. That means XML is used in two different angles, boss, right? In the area of code configurations. What, guys? Code configuration. XML is dominated by what, guys? Dominated by annotation. In the area of, tell me, in the area of, where is that, guys? Data describing. What is that? Data describing or definition. Definition. The XML is dominated by whom, guys? JSON. So in both places, it got failure, boss. In both places, someone has dominated. That's why slowly XML is losing its market day to day or not, boss? Slowly XML is losing its market day to day or not, guys? Say something, my dear. Come on, everyone. Bean ID. What, guys? Okay. This bean tag is given for making normal Java class as Spring Bean. Once this bean tag is used to configure any Java class, container identifies that class as Spring Bean. Container only loads the class. Container only creates the object. Container only manages the object. Right, boss? Come on, everyone. Yeah. Every Spring Bean is not identified with its class name. Every Spring Bean is identified with its what? Bean ID. Internally, bean ID becomes object name when container creates the object for Spring Bean class. First of all, who loads the class of Spring Bean? Container. Who creates the object? With what name object is created? Bean ID. So indirectly, it is a reference variable pointing to object or not. Reference variable pointing to object is nothing but object name or not. Natras is basically reference variable, but that is referring to this body, this skeleton body, right? So indirectly, this body name is also Natras, na boss. Natras different entity actually, but it's a reference variable referring to whom? This body. So now this body name is what? Natras. Okay. Test T is equal to new test of. Test class object is created. That is referred by with reference variable T. But we say object name is nothing but T, na? Technically speaking, T is reference variable. But since it is referring to object, okay, T also becomes what? Object name or not? But object created no reference variable. Such object is called anonymous object. What object, guys? Because object without name, right? Okay. Bean ID, WMG. Generally, object name, guys, will take a shortcut of the class name. Class is equal to com dot, or some package name, nt dot sbeans dot com dot nt dot sbeans dot wish message generator. What, guys? Wish message generator. Wish message generator. I hope you convinced, my dear. Okay, okay. Package name is mentioned mean I'm mentioning class name of fully qualified class name. I'm mentioning class name of fully qualified class name. Fully qualified Java class. Fully qualified class to become Spring Bean. What is this, guys? Bean ID. What, my dear? Bean ID. Yeah, since the discussion has come, package com dot, tell me, nt dot esp. Array, see, any name you can take the package, but 3 words are recommended to take any package name. Com for company, NT for Naresh Technologies. SBNs is a sub package. SBNs is what? Sub package. Perfect, guys. Okay, Bean ID internally becomes Spring Bean object name, right? Spring Bean object name. Internally becomes Spring Bean object. Got it, guys? Come on, everyone. Okay. Sir, what about predefined class, sir? Predefined class is also class, na? Okay. Tell me. Another, like this, any number of bean tags we can write, guys. Bean ID dt class is equal to java dot util dot date. Done, my dear. First Spring Bean configuration, second Spring Bean config. Okay, here Spring Bean configuration 1, Spring Bean configuration 2. Here what is there? Java class as Java class as the Spring Bean configuration. Perfect. Here also. Java class as the Spring Bean configuration. Right? Okay. When this XML file is given to IOC container, it recognizes, okay, wish message generator java.util.date classes as Spring Bean, loads them, creates the object having bean ID as the object names, loads them, creates the object having bean ID as the object's name. Come on, guys, understanding my statement, guys. Okay, guys. What is the difference between bean ID and bean name? Okay, bean name, bean ID is one and the same. Bean ID, bean name, one and the same. Right? Okay. Mr. Samir, can you stop showing your incomplete awareness on subject? Did I introduce the word bean name so far? No. Why are you excited about it? Please don't come to classes to check whether sir knows the subject or not. Okay? Go and do that work. Go and do that work in front of interview, or at least job will come, right? What's the use of showcasing your talent in the chat box? I know some people are having little bit knowledge about Springboard, but don't excite and don't overlap. I will introduce everything in right order in an incremental manner. Be patient. Fine? Since you are excited, if you excite me, the first time learners will suffer, right? So my target audience is first time, okay, below average non-IT students. By keeping them in, I will conduct the classes. Right? Remain in that process, all other will be benefited. Okay, guys. Tell me, come boss. If we give the above, what is there? Spring Bean configuration file. What is there? To the IOC container. Tell me, guys. The IOC container takes two Java classes. What are those? com.nt.sbeans.wishmessage generate. Array, name Srinivas, full name, surname plus name. Class name, wish message generator. Fully qualified class name. Package name plus class. So simple, right? Don't make it as a rocket science. But java.util.date as the Spring Bean by loading the classes and creating the objects, loading the classes and creating the objects having bean IDs as the object names. Bean IDs as the object name. Okay, guys. Now listen. Spring 2 IOC containers are no way alternate to Servlet JSP container. They are for different purpose. These are for different purpose. Servlet container, JSP container cannot manage the life cycle of what? Spring Beans. Okay, similarly, IOC container cannot manage the life cycle of what? Servlet JSP component. They are given for different intention. These are given for different intention. Everyone getting my point there, guys? Yeah. IOC container run directly on the JVM. Then to work with IOC container, no server installation is required. To work with the Servlet JSP container, we need to arrange web server software like Tomcat. No, IOC containers are lightweight. Okay. By just creating object for one to predefined classes, I can keep IOC containers ready. They run directly in the JVM. No server is required, no server start is required. So that's why here what is there? JVM. JVM. Let me say one thing, guys. Though I say container executes the code, indirectly JVM only executing. How can you say that, sir? That container also runs on the JRE JVM now, boss. Container is also Java program. That also will be started on JRE JVM or not? That also will be started on JRE JVM or not? Come on, guys. Okay. Super, boss. Let's see, guys. This is first Spring Bean class object. This is what? Second Spring Bean class object. What is there? Wish message generator object WMG. Wish message generator object WMG. Next, date date object DT. Okay, date object DT. What is this basically, guys? What is this basically, guys? IOC container. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Come on, everyone. Yeah. IOC containers run. IOC containers run directly on the JVM. That means they are not part of any web server or application server. They are not part of any web server or application server. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on. Do you think they are part of any web server or application server? IOC containers are not alternate to what, guys? Are not alternate to servlet container and JSP container. Servlet container and what? JSP. Convinced, boss? We create IOC container giving that XML file. By reading XML file, IOC container realizes there are two Spring Bean. In that process, loads them, creates the object and manages them. Once work is over, they will be destroyed. These are nothing but Spring Beans or not, guys. This is Spring Bean 1, Spring Bean 2, na? Now class is called Spring Bean, object is called Spring Bean. Yeah, Spring Bean, Spring Bean. Okay, whenever you ask container to create object for class, then that object is called Spring Bean, right? But generally we say class also Spring Bean. Configured as Spring Bean means indirectly object will be created for that class by using what? IOC container. Everyone convinced, boss? Okay, that's great. But what about XML driven over, boss? What about annotation driven configuration, guys? Yeah. Configure user defined Java class as Spring Bean using annotation. We should use @component annotation on the top of user defined class. But what about predefined class, are like a date class kind of? Can I edit the source code of predefined class, guys? But I want to make that one as a Spring Bean. Tell me, what is the option we have? What is the option we have? Annotation, no option, na? You will go for XML. No, we want to avoid XML, boss. User defined class on the top of the class at the rate component, perfect. It becomes Spring Bean. What about predefined class, sir? Can I open the source code of predefined class to add the annotation? Then how to make predefined class as Spring Bean? Listen carefully. Listen carefully. In annotation driven environment, since we don't want to give XML based instruction, we try to give Java code based instructions to Spring container using at the rate configuration class. Their configuration file is XML. Na? In that place, we got one class called at the rate config, normal class, but it will be having at the rate configuration. Are you understanding my statement? That is there to give inputs to IOC container. To configure predefined class as Spring Bean, come on guys, you should write at the rate bean method inside the class to make predefined class as Spring Bean. It is bit complex. I will introduce by seeing the code, you will get the clarity. Don't come to conclusion now. Fine. But user defined class as Spring Bean in annotation driven environment easy. At the rate component, come on guys. Okay. One by one, one by one. Last few minutes, but very important. In annotation driven configuration. See, while working with XML, no tension, guys. User defined or predefined, we can use same bean tag, right? Because all are outside the code only, right, boss? But annotation means inside the code. But can we open the source code of predefined class to add the annotations? That's why predefined class separate process, user defined class separate process, guys. In annotation driven environment. In annotation driven configuration. Okay, guys. Okay. We need to use at the rate component annotation to configure user defined Java class as the Spring Bean. User defined Java class as the Spring Bean. Yes or no, na guys? Okay. What I do. Here we have wish message generator na boss. Take this as it is, my dear. Right? Come on, my dear. Okay. Sir, Suman, I know when to introduce IDE, when to execute the code. Okay. Right now I'm introducing code snippets. It's not a core Java. In 1.java application will be over, right? Suman, you are listening Spring first time. I am conducting my 170 plus batch of Spring. I know how to introduce subject. Okay, stop becoming my teacher, Mr. Suman. I will come, everything come, Ra Babu. It is not the code. Code means only idea. You and your learning process. Dirty fellows. Completed engineering, no common sense. When I'm introducing class, when I'm introducing annotation, I have to introduce code snippets only, na? Should I introduce entire IDE? What's the use of completing engineering, Babu? No common sense, no presence of mind. What's the use of graduation? Don't know how to study classes also. Sorry to say this. You are not learning C language, you are learning core Java. By this time, you should have maturity, right? What is concept? What is coding? I'm introducing concept one by one. And this fellow saying what? This fellow saying what? Show me code, sir. If I open AD, nothing will be there. Without learning class definition only, you studied about class in core Java, na? Come on, guys. First you study definition of the class, syntax, then example, then hello world main method. From which dunya you landed, ra babu? Okay. Please, I know you are a Corona graduate, but I cannot conduct Corona classes here, boss. Please, some respect, some maturity is required while attending classes. Okay. Now this time, what is this? At the rate component double mg. What is that, guys? No, he's expecting I should develop this, I should execute, I should get the output. It's a Spring application. To run first application, 4-5 files I have to keep ready, right? But what to write in those 4-5 files? I have to tell one by one, right, guys? Please, boss, you don't know how to listen the class. I know how to conduct the classes. So stop becoming over smart. Focus. I already said one statement. Until you complete first 3 application, don't come to any conclusion on subject. I am presenting, you are listening. I am again presenting, again you are listening and registering. First 3 application, I need your full cooperation. I will present in my style. I know what injects, what bounces. You don't like this kind of teaching? Get out. Go for other faculties. Don't irritate me. How to teach the subject. Fine, guys. Yeah. Okay, this time WMG is what? Bean ID. At the rate component make Java class as Spring Bean. Inside that one param is there that allows me to give what? Bean ID. Super, guys. This is for user defined class. Easy, boss. Where code is there only annotation. Annotations are good. XML is good. Do I need to develop separate file? Okay, annotations are good. But danger comes when it comes to predefined class. Java.util.date, predefined user defined. That is given by JDK. Can I open JDK source code? If I open also, if I add the annotation also, do you think JDK recognizes it? Problem has come now. But can I give guarantee Spring application means only user defined classes? Sometimes I want to see Spring container managing the life cycle of what? Predefined classes also. Come on, guys. Yes or no? Na? For that one, we have to give support of at the rate bean method inside the @ configuration class. See, boss, in XML driven in environment, how we are giving inputs to IOC container? XML file. In annotation driven environment, same instruction and inputs can be given by using which class? At the rate configuration class. That's a big class. Inside that, we can place multiple methods having at the rate bean annotation. Okay, in each method, we can make one predefined class as Spring Bean. We can make one predefined class as what? Spring Bean. Okay, guys. Okay, now you have to cooperate. Now you observe, guys. In another 10 minutes are very important. In annotation driven configuration, okay, we can give inputs and what is there? Instructions to IOC container using at the rate configuration class. Configuration. At the rate configuration class. Java class with at the rate configure. Are you getting my point? Okay. To make predefined classes as Spring Beans, we can place at the rate bean methods. What methods? bean method in configuration classes. What classes, guys? As shown below. Okay, guys. Now focus, guys. Yeah. Any name you can give for this configuration, but recommended name is what? App config. Recommended name is app config. Super. Tell me here. Public class. What class, guys? App config, right? Public class app config. At the rate. What is there? Configuration. Yes, na boss? At the rate configuration. Yeah, because of that, now class has become what? Configuration class or not? Sir, how do you link with container? While creating container, we pass this class name as an input class. How do you link XML file with container? While creating container, there is a provision to link a XML file. That part I will explain how to create container discussion, right? Today I just introduced container. Did I teach how to create a container? No. One by one will come. After learning all these things, then coding comes into IDE. Without learning all the thing, if I go to IDE, what I will do except killing mosquito there? That common sense should be there, right? Okay, guys. Tell me here what is there? Yeah, public. Which class object I want to create? Date class. So this method should return what? Date class object. If method wants to return certain class object, that class should be taken as return type or not? Super, guys. Any method name, guys, create date. Any name I can give for the method. Here what I am going to do, return new data. Return new data. This method is returning date class object or not? Okay, guys. But I want to tell to container. Okay, hey container, you call the method, you will get one object. You make that object as Spring Bean automatically. Automatically you call the method, you get the object, you make that object as what? Spring Bean. Automatically. Are you getting my point? Hey, nah. But how does it knows? Though there are so many methods, it has to call this method only automatically by seeing a special annotation on the top of the method. At the rate bean. Okay, inside that we can pass the bean ID. Here name is the bean ID, their ID is the bean ID. That fellow asked about this. What is the difference between what? Bean name and bean ID. That parrot has what? Sung a song little early, nothing else. Yes or no, boss? Here name is the attribute. Here bean ID is called bean name. Their ID is the attribute. That's why bean ID. Here name is the attribute. Come on, guys. Right, guys. Here DT. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Bean ID is equal to bean name. Bean ID is equal to bean name. Bean ID becomes object means bean name also becomes object name. Clear, boss? Are we going to call at the rate bean methods manually? No. All the at the rate bean methods of configuration class will be called by IOC container automatically and will make those methods returned objects as Spring Beans. Will make those methods returned objects as what? Spring Beans. Interesting or not, guys? Okay, that's great. Once we give this configuration class to IOC container as input value. What, guys? As input class. The IOC container, the at the rate bean methods of what is there, guys? configuration class will be called automatically. Will be called automatically. Will be called automatically. Can we have methods? Multiple methods in one configuration class is better, na? Instead of taking multiple configuration classes, come on, it's better to take what? Multiple. In convert situation, you can take multiple configuration classes. We can link them each other. When you link all the multiple classes with a single class, container needs only one class because from that class it will get other classes or not, guys. We are in early stage, ra. Permutations and combination we worry later. Focus on main concept. Yes or no, na boss? In one configuration class, we can place what? Multiple at the rate bean method will be called automatically to make the methods returned. What, guys? Methods returned objects as the spring bean. Objects as the spring bean. Right, guys? In one configuration class, what class, guys? Class. We can place, what, guys? Multiple at the rate bean method. Today, at least we got what is spring bean, how to make a Java class as spring bean in XML driven setup and also in annotation driven setup. In annotation driven setup, come on guys, remember one thing. Okay. Come on guys, remember one thing. User defined classes at the rate component on the top of the class, easy. Predefined class, come on, some magic I have to do. There is a configuration class which is going to act as an input class for container. Inside that you have to write at the rate bean method, having logic to create and return Java class object. So container takes that object by calling this at the rate bean method automatically and makes that object as what? Spring bean. Interesting or not? Interesting or not, guys? So final conclusion is what, guys? Spring Bean is a Java class whose object is created and managed by container. In this case, that statement is little wrong, but that's the standard definition. Here, who is creating object, boss? Programmer. New operator is used by whom? Programmer. Here exceptional case, guys. Here we only create object, but object is taken by container and makes it as spring bean or not, guys. So ultimately, either object creation and management or only management will be done by container. Such class is called spring bean or not, guys. Such class is called spring bean or not, guys. Interesting, boss. Right. Today, I just talked about spring bean only. Not even life cycle management of spring bean, not even dependency management. That is there for Monday's class. Monday we will see, guys. So first spring bean, then spring bean life cycle management, then dependency management. In this process, little codes will be introduced and having all together our first application. This is the strategy. And if you feel these are not technical classes, okay, go to Kasi and jump into Ganga. Okay, if you still feel these are theory, I don't think these are theory sessions, right? These are concept building session. These things reflect in the coding. What you study today, tomorrow, next day after tomorrow, next 3 days will reflect when I'm writing the code. I'm not a faculty. First write the code, explain the code. I'm against of that. I'm not here to make you people to understand the code. I'm here to make you people to build the code. Building code is different, understanding code is different. Understanding means someone writes the code, you understand. That never makes you developer. You should have idea how to gather the requirement, how to design the code, how to build the code, how to test the code. I'm targeting that. Maybe so far in other batches, other faculties, you might have seen understanding code. My target is not understanding code. My target is making you people gathering the requirement, understanding requirement, designing the code, building the code, developing the code, testing the code. It's a long aim. So you have to change your attitude. Yes? Because that needs for a developer. If you understand the code, tomorrow you cannot, if requirement is given, you cannot write the code. Understanding code is not a big thing. Class is taken like this, but you should get thought. Why you should take that class? Why I should take this method? Okay, that is what we do in Harikrishna sir classes and my classes. We don't make you people to understand the code. We make you people to design and build the code. Try to understand that difference. For that one, you need to give time. Because we are in the journey of what? Not understanding code. We are in the journey of what? Designing and building the applications. Clear? So no mug-ups, no blind rules to follow. For everything, there is a reason. There is an environment to understand. Fine. Right. Natras Java Arena here. I hope you are enjoying the sessions. But before coming to next class, go through this. Okay, guys. Tell me here, where is there? Spring Boss. Where is this, guys? 717. Where is that? Spring Core, right? Spring Core. I think let me save the document once. Let me save the document once. Done, guys. I'm working front-end developer 2.5 Spring. Should I join company as a back-end developer for fresher jobs or experienced? Already you are a front-end developer, learn back-end, learn DevOps and AWS, try to become full stack developer, right? Try to become what? Full stack developer. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on. Super, guys. Important query 2021 Spring Pure Boot microservice student. What is technical changes of previous course content? I am looking for real-time project course. You will cover here or separate course. Real-time Java project is a separate course. Don't expect Y content by joining in X course. Yes or no? Na? Real-time Java project is a separate course to attend. I only teach that, right? But batch will be coming in coming days. This is purely Spring Boot and microservices. 2021 to 2024, so many changes happened in microservices, MVC, REST, and so many changes are there. At least you will find 30 to 40% changes. Extra unnecessary things are cutted and necessary things are what? Added. Definitely, day-to-day change will be there, no doubt in that. Fine. Okay, fine. So whoever downloaded that yesterday's document, IOC is coming as what? Inversion of container. Please change on your own. Next class, and time permits, I will do it. Outside people are on this one. You are going to share link of 2 videos of Java Bean, but I don't have environment to share, guys. I don't have environment of share to offline student. Once I get the Google Drive, I will share, don't worry. Because in Google Drive, I have a proper environment to share, guys. Otherwise, 1 minute, well, let me try like this. Let me try like this, 1 minute. Video URLs. Okay. Control F. Java Beans. Java Bean videos are there or not there, guys? I think someone deleted all this stuff. Video URLs. Okay. Give me 2 minutes. Java Bean videos. Okay. Yeah, in day one, I talked about how to show gap as experience. Please go through the day one backup video. Newcomers, please watch backup videos. Okay, these are Java Bean videos, guys. By this Monday, you please try to complete them. By this Monday, you try to complete them. Offline students, how can I give to you people? Okay, in Facebook, I'm going to paste, guys. In our group, I'm going to paste. Okay, guys. Right. Featured. Yeah, see, those who are having offices, please, they can drop the batch. They can drop and they can go to office, not a problem. Sai, I already sent in the chat box. 1 minute. Where is everyone mode, guys? Here is everyone mode. Enter key. That's it. Yeah, it might have come. Check it out. Yes, featured. Where is that comment? Discussion only, na? Discussion. What is there in mind? Where is that, guys? Yeah, write something, right? Okay. Java Bean videos. Okay. I have third round of interview on Swiggy today. See, guys, in 5 days class, you cannot clear spring interview. Okay. Whatever you know, you go and give the interview. What is there? Can I get any help from you? What help, madam? What help you are expecting? Should I give your interview? Not possible. Okay. Right. Number one. And in 5 days session, I don't think you can clear what? Spring or Spring Boot interview. So except Spring and Spring Boot, whatever knowledge you got, you try to present in a excellent manner. That's what I can say. And I request, don't go to interviews when you join in the course. Go to a Spring and Spring Boot interview only when you complete MVC topic, Spring Boot MVC topic. Fresher and 1+ student can go to interview only when they complete MVC topic. Experienced people should go to interview only after completing microservices. Yes? Right, guys. Okay. Full stack student, fresher job, experience job. I'm new to back-end development. Okay, Savichachi, if you have a gap, go for experience. If you don't have gap, try as a fresher. Clear? Super, guys. Awesome. For back-end engineer role, fine, madam, but what technologies you kept? I don't know your resume. What suggestions I can pass, right? So any interview always focus on what? Project tools they have used. Focus more on what? Sir, good package, bad package, secondary. First of all, you have to be strong in the technology, right? So focus more on package and what? Sorry, projects and tools. Project and tools. In that process, they will ask some questions on procedures and processes they have used. Right. All the best, Asu madam, Naveen. How to show gap as experience. Please watch day one backup video. Please watch day one backup video. And in the coming days, I am going to conduct resume tips and interview, resume preparation and interview tips session. There I will talk more detailed on how to gather project, how to show gap as experience. Till that time, just watch backup video of day one, day two. Can I show? Okay. Okay, fine. 5x data. Can I show 2-3 years in Spring Boot after this course? After this course, you can show 4 to 5 years gap as experience. That much knowledge I am going to give. Thank you, guys. Have a nice time.